Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Hard Copy, coming to you from our studios in Abuja. Our guest tonight is the governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom. Now, just before we went on break, we were talking about the support that you've received from the federal government. Have you also received support from the Northern Governors Forum? We saw them in your state some time ago trying to woo Benue back into their fold. At least that's what it looked like it was happening on the cameras. Have there been any talk with your brother governors on what is going on in Benue, especially with regards to the law?
We have always been together. Benue State and myself were members of the Northern Governors Forum.
But was there a need for them to come then and woo you?
No, they came
state?
For a solidarity visit. The killings, the destructions, and the pains that we're going through. They felt like coming to pay solidarity to me and to facilitate with the people of Benue State, which is normal. Your neighbor is going through some difficult times, and coming to commiserate with him was a thing of joy to us. And we received a lot of encouragement from them. We're part of them. And at that level, too, we're discussing this matter because Benue State is not in isolation to the other northern states that are affected by even the menace of these herdsmen. It's just that we have decided to take the bull by the horn because looking at all the issues put together, we felt after prayerfully and painstakingly strategizing, we knew that the way forward is to adopt global best practice, which is ranching, which we have done.
Just wondering then, focusing on other matters in your state, what precisely has been happening politically? Because as part of what was happening then in your state, when you talked about criminality, when you talked about even this cattle rustling and even clashes between farmers and herdsmen, you blamed it on some militants then, and then you granted some of them amnesty. Top amongst them was a man popularly called Ghana.
Yeah.
Now he's been on the loose. I think it's not very clear what his status is, but you accused him then of murder. That was one of the reasons why you said you revoked the amnesty you granted him.
Yeah.
However, since that time, we've noticed that 2 more people have been killed in that state. Some people are insinuating that this could be political assassinations. Your special assistant on knowledge economy and investments, Tavishima Aduro, and also Mr. Honorable Igbana Denen, who was your senior special assistant on security matters. What precisely is going on with the investigation concerning the death of these 2 men?
I'm yet to establish political killings in this matter. I want to be honest and to say that I've allowed the security agencies to do their investigation and bring these people to book who did this killing. I'm aware that in the case of my senior special assistant on security matters, people were arraigned. They are still in court. Some are in detention. Some have been granted bail. In the case of Tavishima Aduro, my senior special assistant on economic and investment, people were also arraigned. I think about 3 persons or so. So that is ongoing. As I said, I'm a law-abiding person. I don't want to jump from here and there, but if I notice anything, that I will do. But the truth of the matter is that the arms that politicians bought and gave to some of our youth gave rise to the security challenge we had in the state.
When you say arms that politicians bought, are you not a politician?
I am, but
Did you not buy any arms?
I can't buy a pin to anyone. There is no need for that. I came in the name of God, and I trusted God for my victory, and God did it. So I still have that faith. There is no reason whatsoever to buy these arms because...
So why do you think then, I mean, if that is the case, if you're attributing this to the number of arms still at large within Benue, and you think, why do you think that some of your commissioners or assistants have been targeted?
Well, I don't know, but I don't want to make conclusions on things that I cannot justify or substantiate. That is the point I'm making. But the truth is that even when the amnesty was granted to these people, some of them accepted to embrace the amnesty. Some did not. And some of them went back to their old ways. And so there is no doubt that there are still arms in the hands of various criminals who did not embrace the
Has the police been able to establish a motive Have they given you any theories behind the killings? I mean, yes, the investigations are going on. You already say some people are being arraigned.
Well,
for the people who are being arraigned, why did they kill those people, if indeed they did?
Well, they've not been able to tell me that. But like I said, I don't want to assume until these facts comes out. And so all that I know is people have been arraigned. They are in court. Maybe after the litigation, we will know exactly what was the motive and why it happened. But I can tell you that we're not leaving any stone unturned until we're able to discover the actual motive and why it happened. And this cannot be done by just me. The security agents who are experts and trained in this matter, I want them to handle it.
Governor Tom, recently the president raised concern over how many governors have taken bailout funds, and yet salaries still remain unpaid in many of their states. Pensions are still being owed. Your state happens to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Nigeria Labour Congress intervened in the state. You told them, stay out of Benue State. We know how we're managing our workers. But still, you know, salaries are still not being completely paid. You're still owing some arrears. What is the situation right now?
Well, we're where we are because of what we inherited. When I came in, we inherited over 69 billion arrears of salaries, pensions, and gratuity for a state like Benue State. And then we had over 70 billion contracts that were certificated and ready for payment. So that has been the debt burden on the state. It was a deficit treasury that we inherited. Now, having a wage bill of over 8 billion naira without the implementation of teachers' minimum wage, the wage bill was standing at 8.2 billion. That was what was handed over to me. And then we implemented the teachers' minimum wage because we felt that teachers should enjoy minimum wage. And it went higher than 8.2. But through biometrics and training, we were able to bring it back to 7.8. That is where we are now. Now, for a very long time, the average federation account that was coming to the state was 5 billion, then IGR of 400 million. Now it stands at about 6 billion and IGR of about 500 million. So if you put it together, it's about 6.5. Then having to tackle a wage bill of 7.8 billion, then it's a very big challenge. Take it that you're paying your salaries, you will need to have a deficit. Well, you have a deficit of 1.3 billion naira to contend with. There's several other things that must be handled. Government must run, things must work, security challenges must be given priority, and so on. Institutions of government must also run.
Did you prioritize salaries when you received that bailout?
Of course, we used more than 70% of the total money of bailout to pay to workers. The last tranche of the Paris Club that we run, we even paid 80% of it. But that is a challenge. But as I talk to you, Benue State University, that we spend up to 600 million every month, we have been able to update their salaries because of the priority we have given to education.
What's the truce you've called now with Labour?
Well, they understood it. Initially, the National Office of the Labour Unions never understood the peculiar problems we had in Benue State. So they came, and because 6 months at the state level, 9 months or so at the local government level, and then they called their workers to go on strike. They went, but we invited them. We came and sat down and opened up our books because we have been transparent all this while. That was what kept us running, because each month the figures are made known to the labor union. So it was an agreement that for every 2 months we put the wage bill together and pay 1 month's salary. So the arrears was as a result of the shortfall we had from this arrangement. But they came and they also saw those facts. And they agreed with me that truly for a state like Benue State, that there are no industries, no much commercial activities that are going on, and so you can get much revenue from your IGR. We should work to bring down the wage bill, and then the running costs of government too should be brought down so that we'll have something reasonable to contend with. As of today, we have come out with a figure that 4.5 billion for the local government and the state put together will be enough and give us a little comfort to be able to manage government and go on. So that is what we're working on. The Deputy Governor is setting a committee to bring out strategies that can implement this.
Well, Governor, we've totally run out of time, but we thank you for coming on Hard Copy.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's the program tonight. We'll love to hear from you. Please use the handles on your screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Mao Kweogun. See you next time.